This is Zach with Less Lawn, and today we're here to talk about artificial grass and its impacts potentially on your health and the environment. There's a lot of debate right now whether or not artificial grass is actually worth it due to some of the harmful effects it likely has. So we're going to address that. There's a whole article beneath this video that goes into much more detail, but I want to give a high-level overview for those of you who don't want to read a whole lot. So there's good and bads, right? The good with artificial turf is that you're using less pesticides, you're using less just inputs in general, less water. But then there's negatives, right? It's potentially, there's chemicals in it that can potentially cause cancer. There's the heat effects that happen in urban areas where it's just reflecting a ton of heat and making areas that are already hot potentially a little bit hotter. And there's disposal issues with it too. So there's certain questions that I think you can ask your provider if you are thinking about using artificial grass that are going to help ensure that you're picking a product that has the least harmful effects. So with that, and I've got the article here, so scrolling through, I think questions that you can ask are, what are the materials used in the turf, and are they eco-friendly, and are they non-toxic? There are very high quality products that are going to be better than others when it comes to artificial grass, but again, it might be more expensive. The other question is, does the turf contain any hazardous chemicals, right? Some of the rubber used are from old car tires, right? We know that there's some hazardous materials associated with that, and that could be harmful for your environment. And then what steps are taken to minimize the environmental impact of the manufacturing process? So also with this product, there's a manufacturing process that can be very carbon intensive and have a lot of emissions. So that's something you want to ask too, is hopefully they can let you know who's sourcing these products and what their process looks like. Is the turf designed to be recyclable, or is it something that's going to have kind of one lifetime and then after that it's going to end up in a dump, right? We want products that have a long life cycle and can have multiple life cycles versus something that when you have to replace it in 10 to 20 years, you're just throwing it in a dump. And then it's worth asking, although if you're asking your provider for turf, they're probably not going to give you a completely honest answer, but it's worth asking, how does it compare in terms of environmental impact to other options? I think if you have kids or you have pets, I understand why someone might want to go towards artificial turf, and I think there's going to be circumstances where that's a totally fine choice. I think it's important to understand some of the alternatives, right? If you don't want grass in your backyard, what else can you do besides artificial turf, right? There's different types. There's buffalo grass, right, which is something that's less water intensive and a little bit more resilient than normal grass. There's pea gravel, right? That's great for pets, but again, it has less inputs from a water standpoint, from a pesticide standpoint, but might not be as fun for your kids to play on. So I think it's really, there's clover backyards too. The list goes on and on. I think do your research and understand, here are my need cases. Here's what we want to use our yard for. And based on that, go explore the options that might be the best fit. So we're not trying to discourage folks away from artificial turf, but less lawn, that's not really what we're about, right? We're not about replacing lawns and then just throwing in artificial turf. We want very dynamic, beautiful, interesting landscapes that are environmentally friendly, but also support the things that you enjoy doing in your yard. So again, this is just a very high level. There's a ton of information below this video. And as always, if you need help with any of your landscape design needs, if you're looking to replace your conventional grass yard or conventional front or backyard with something that's a little bit more interesting and not so grass centric, we would love the opportunity to help you. And hopefully we see you soon. Thanks.